I will just announce to the people that as of yesterday, last night, uh, there were 34,178 total number of active cases sa COVID. Ang total number of cases, whether active or not, is 47,873. As of July, there were fresh cases of 993, and yung sa already released because of a negative finding is 547. Cases reported as of last night was 1,540. Ang maganda naman dito, yung recoveries natin, actually reported as of last night, was 12,383. Ang patay natin is, we compared to those who recovered, it's quite small, 1,309 ang patay. Now, let me stress that whether we open a modified lockdown or we totally open it in wild abandon, kagaya ng Amerika pati Brazil, ang mga presidente doon medyo matatapang. Baka may pera, ito si Bolisuro. Medyo may pagka, may pagka-Trump. And devil may care attitude. Tayo hoong pobre, we cannot afford really a total epidemic or pandemonium. Mahirap tayo. Hindi tayo pwedeng sumugal. I cannot follow the example of other countries because as the experience have shown as of now, there were a lot of countries also opening up. And first was Japan, then Korea, followed by China and the United States. Now, what really happened in these countries was that although they opened their economy for money to come into the government coffers, ang nangyari is there was a spike. They will have a problem of almost a relapse. Parang relapse in the totality of the number. Yun ang mahirap. No, we do not even know if the number of 34,178 of active cases is still a part of the first wave, or have we arrived at the second wave? I don't think so. We are still grappling with the first wave. So, mga kababayan ko, ginusto ko man, ako mismo personal, gusto ko nang lumabas. Ayaw ko nang magpapigil. Kung gusto ko nga, magkipag-away na ako. Ang problema is, yun ang gusto ko. Pero ang gusto ko, hindi makapabuti sa ating lahat. And that is true for your choice and my choice. And so we have to be very circumspect in the opening of the economy. Dandahan lang. And if ever there is going to be a spike again, baka marami ang infected or reinfected, at least yung calibrated numbers of people we allow to go out would be still within manageable numbers. Because if we open the entire Philippines and thousands upon thousands of new cases would happen, then we are in deep shit. Talagang mahirapan tayo. Una-una, wala tayong pera. Well, of course, sabi ng mga doktor yun, ventilators, yung paggamit niyan is the last option of a person sick with COVID. So there are still many things that can be done. Our doctors have, in the Philippines, have, innovated some sort of just meeting the crisis halfway. Some have resorted to melatonin, others have, pero yung quinine ay talagang, this was debunked by experts all over the world. It's not really for the use of COVID-19. Now, you want to know the places which have been declared modified or there have been a change. But this is a very dynamic thing. It can change every day depending on the numbers. And of course, upon the assessment of our health authorities. So I'll give the floor to Secretary Doggett to enumerate to you the places that have been modified total noon. Ngayon, makalabas kayo, and who are the sectors of society who would be allowed a little bit of a leeway, an elbow room to move. Hindi lahat ito. Sabi ko nga, I'm sorry but I cannot really, kumbaga, bitawan ko kayo. I will remove the leash yung tali. Pakulaan na kayo kasi hindi ko kaya ang the resultant happening or the resultant end game there is too horrible to ponder. I cannot make a guess. Governance is not made of guesses. It has to be anchored on pure science. Kaya naman, malapit na. I'm confident that by our readings of other countries who have much improved their scientific study, I think that by December, meron na hong vaccine. Or at least, if not a vaccine, a medicine that could kill the COVID-19. Ako, I would prepare that we use the medicine to kill, then get the vaccine later on. So, I give the floor to you, sir. Enumerate yung ano muna, yung in according to their severity, those that are totally locked na, ano, and those already modified para malaman ng buong Pilipinas. Kayo yung may hawak ng listahan. Eh. And it's, I said, a dynamic one. It changes every day.
Magandang gabi po, Mr. President, at aking po mga kasamahan sa IATF and Cabinet at kay Senator Bongo. At magandang gabi po sa atin pong mga kababayan. Ngayon pong gabi, ako po yung inatasan ng ating pong mahal na Pangulo na banggitin po ang mga sumusunod na mga lugar na sumasailalim sa ECQ, sa GCQ, at doon po sa tinatawag natin na MGCQ. Yung pong ECQ, ibig po sabihin ito, yung Enhanced Community Quarantine. Ito po yung pinakamahigpit na klase ng ating mga restrictions. Ito po yung ipinagbabawal ang paggalaw at ang pagbiyahe ng ating po mga mamamayan, lalong-lalo na po ang mga may edad at may mga kasama po mga tinatawag natin mga sakit katulad ng diabetes, hypertension, asthma, at mga iba pa po. Iisa lang po ang lugar na sumasailalim sa ECQ. Ito po ang Cebu City. Ang susunod naman po ang ating General Community Quarantine. Yes, sir.
Can you give us the reason why Cebu City has been placed in that kind of status?
Nilagay po natin ang Cebu City under ECQ dahil po sa malaking pagtaas po ng bagong kaso ng COVID-19 at ang kanila pong noong nagpasya ang IATF at inaprubahan po ninyo, Mr. President, ang case doubling time ng Cebu. Ibig po sabihin ng case doubling time ay napaka-maiksi po ang panahon, mabilis magdoble ang bilang ng mga kaso. It was below 7. Ayun po, that puts them at high risk. Isa po yun. Pangalawa pong dahilan ay yung tinatawag po natin critical care utilization rate, yung pong mga hospital nila, yung pong kanilang ward beds, yung kanila pong isolation beds, yung kanila pong ICU beds, at saka yung pong mechanical ventilators po nila, mataas po ang kanilang utilization. So ito po ay signal na talagang malawak po ang naapektuhan na mga komunidad with the COVID-19 cases. So, nagpasya po tayo na gawin pong ECQ para nang sa ganon mapigilan, magkaroon part of the containment strategy, Mr. President, para mabawasan ang reported new cases. At ngayon naman po, yun na po nangyayari, Mr. President. Meron po tayong report, but this is with Secretary Roy Simatu. We will get the official report soon, Mr. President. So dalawa lang po yun. Ang kanila pong case doubling time ay masyadong maikse, less than 7 days. That puts them at high risk, and their critical care utilization rate, mataas po ang kanilang paggamit. Ibig sabihin, overwhelmed na po yung kanilang health systems capacity. So dalawa lang po kung bakit sila inilagay under ECQ, dahil nga po yung kaso nila tumalon, Mr. President, masyadong malaki po itinaas.
Sir, may I just comment, if you'd allow me? Earlier in the days during the inception of the COVID-19, I had an occasion to observe different places in the Philippines. Sad to say, it is the province where I come from, and that is why I warned the residents there that they should not take it against me. We had all the warnings in place, and the police were very strict. But following the national direction, but it could only arrest so much. Ang nahalata ko kasi, sir, Cebu, nonchalant sila during the critical days sa pagputok nito. People were partying, gambling outside of their houses in Talisay, that's in Cebu. Basta para sa kanila, baliwala. And sabi ko nga, kayong mga Cebuano, huwag kayong magalit sa akin. I'm a Cebuano and I have every reason to be concerned about the welfare of the province of my father. Ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, nawarningan ko na kayo noon that you Cebu guys are taking the warnings of the national government nonchalant. Maragway na hitabo sa Binisaya pa. Di mapod mo. Maragway mo too. Kunya, nakita na ko, from all indications, gikan sa footage, pakuhaan ako ang kamera sa gobyerno. Aba, wala yun. Maragwalay warning, wala tanan. Also, muna na ikaroon. Ang akong kuhan sa inyo, higay mag-ulo. Dili to sigurong, except those who are really infected because they had to go out, they had to work, or if perchance, talagang tinamaan. Ang ayaw ko doon, sir, sa Cebuano, yung mga tao nag-iinuman, nagsusugal, pati nagparte.
Panghuli lang na sasabihin ko po kung bakit ang Cebu City ay pumasok sa ECQ, nag-escalate to ECQ. Yung particular sa isolation beds po nila, 90.6% ang kanilang utilization. And that puts them at very high risk. At ang kanilang ICU beds, ganun din po, 84.6% ang utilization. High risk din po. Kaya yan po ang dalawang dahilan kung bakit ay ibinalik po natin sila sa ECQ. Ganun pa man, ang nag-inspect po ang IATF at ang National Task Force with our chief implementer, guiding and assisting the chief overseer of the Cebu City pandemic COVID-19 management, si Sec Roy po. At doon po ay sinabihan po namin ang liderato at ang mga iba pong mga ahensya na talagang paigtingin po nila yung containment strategies po nila, Mr. President. So yung containment strategies, ang nakapaloob po rito ay ang mga sumusunod. Unang-una, ang pinaigting na isolation, detection, isolation of cases, tapos ang contact tracing, testing, and treatment. So ito po ay mariin na sinusunod po ng leadership ng Cebu City. Kaya we will be reporting in the next meeting with you, Mr. President, showing a downward trend in the number of cases. Ngayon po, yung mga ibang mga lugar po, yung mga nakapaloob po sa GCQ or General Community Quarantine ay ang NCR, ang Benguet, ang Cavite, Rizal, Lapu-Lapu City, Mandaue City, Leyte, Ormoc, Southern Leyte, at tatlong lugar po sa Cebu Province, ang Talisay City, ang Minglanilla at Consolacion. Ang susunod naman po na level, lower level, less restrictive, community quarantine, ang tawag po rito, modified general community quarantine with strict local action at there has to be localized community quarantine, zoning, strict enforcement of minimum health standards, scaling up of health system capacity, such as isolation facilities of overseas Filipinos, the locally stranded individuals, as well as close contacts. The provinces and the regions under MGCQ are the following. For CAR, Cordillera Administrative Region, we have Abra, Baguio City, Ifugao, Kalinga. For Region 1, Ilocos Norte, La Union, Pangasinan. Region 2, we have Cagayan and Isabela. Region 3, Bataan, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, Angeles City. For Region 4A, meron po tayong Batangas, Laguna, Quezon, Lucena City. For Region 4B, ito po ang Palawan, Puerto Princesa City. Region 6 po, o Region 5 rather, Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Naga City. Region 6, meron po tayong Capiz, Iloilo, Iloilo City, Negros Occidental, and Bacolod City. For Region 7, kasama po rito ang Cebu Province, ang Bohol, at Negros Oriental. Region 8, Tacloban City, Western Samar. Region 9, Zamboanga City, Zamboanga del Sur. Region 10, Bukidnon, Misamis Occidental, Misamis Oriental. Cagayan de Oro. Region 11, Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, Davao City, Davao de Oro. Region 12 po, kasama ang Cotabato, ang South Cotabato. Region 13 or Caraga, Agusan del Norte, and Butuan City. Samantalang po ang Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao or BARM, kasama po ang Lanao del Sur and Maguindanao. Yung pong susunod na kategorya or classification, risk classification ng MGCQ na lower risk po, the rest of the Philippines. Lahat na po ng lugar sa labas po ng aking mga nabanggit, sa ECQ, sa GCQ, and the modified GCQ ay nakapaloob po sa tinatawag natin low risk, modified, general community quarantine. So, ilan po, Mr. President, ang aking pong naitala na mga lugar po batay po sa inyong kautusan. Maraming salamat po.
So, nandiyan ho yun. The Secretary of Health has given us the places where there are different kinds of quarantine that are being implemented. Again, just because you're allowing some of the sectors of our society to go out and work, it does not follow that COVID is not here. COVID will remain for all time. The only thing that would make it useless actually would be the vaccine. But the vaccine is a antibody produced by the body to fight. Ibang klase ito galing sa katawan natin. Yung isa naman, kung maaari yung pampatay talaga. But it does not guarantee reinfection or infection. So, I hope that we have satisfied the public of what to obey, what not to obey, when to do it, and when not to do it. Now, meron akong updates na binigay sa akin. Operations of MRT Line 3 will be temporarily suspended for approximately 5 days beginning July 7, 2020. It will only resume at least in limited operations once testing confirms that sufficient number of personnel are negative for COVID-3. So we are very careful na pati yung those manning, those equipments there will not jeopardize or put you in jeopardy while riding the trains. There will be a shortage at the beginning, but we will augment it with the number of increased buses using the line. Itong suspension of non-essential travel by Filipinos is now lifted. All exit travel restrictions are also lifted. Conditions for outbound travel of Filipinos. Yung Pilipino na gustong lumabas sa bayan niya, ito lang ang tandaan ninyo. And you can call us again and we would be happy to repeat it to you again. The conditions for outbound travel of Filipinos are as follows. The submission of confirmed round-trip tickets for those traveling on tourist visas. This is not only a mandate dito sa Pilipinas. Yung mga lugar na puntahan ninyo, interesado rin na pupunta kayo, tapos aalis kayo pag panahon na. Adequate travel and health insurance to cover rebooking and accommodation expenses if stranded, and hospitalization in case of infection. Medyo mabigat ito. Ewan ko how much would be added to your expenses, but itong insurance, mabigat ito. Na kung while in travel, makasakit ka. Well, the best is Blue Cross, I think. Blue Cross would answer for anything while you are out of the country. Anything at all. You get sick and you can choose even, I think, the hospital that you'd be checking in. Ano ito? But this is a very expensive proposition.